The Falcons are making big moves, and things are getting exciting behind the scenes. But before we dive into the latest news, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss an update. Now, let's get into it. So here's the big story. Atlanta has a new target in free agency, and it's a big one. Two-time Pro Bowl defensive lineman Jonathan Allen is officially on the market. That's right. After spending his entire career with the Washington Commanders, Allen has been released and is now up for grabs. ESPN's Adam Schefter broke the news, and while some fans are shocked, it actually makes sense. Allen was set to take up a massive $22 million cap hit in 2025, and Washington decided to free up over $16 million by letting him go. Now, here's where things get really interesting for the Falcons. If Atlanta can get him on a budget-friendly deal, this could be a game-changer for their defense. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but he's not an edge rusher, and that's what we need the most. And yeah, you're right. But listen to this. Allen is an elite interior pass rusher. Pairing him with Grady Jarrett, or even using him as a future replacement, could be the missing piece that takes Atlanta's defense to the next level. Let's talk numbers. Last season, Allen dealt with a partial pectoral tear and missed some games, but even in just 8 appearances, he made an impact. He racked up 3 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, and 7 quarterback hits. Imagine what he could do in Atlanta with a fresh start. And guess what? We're just getting started. There's even more happening in the Falcons camp, so stay tuned because the next update is going to blow your mind. Now, let's rewind to 2023. When Jonathan Allen was fully healthy, he put up some serious numbers: 5.5 sacks, 10 tackles for loss, and 19 quarterback hits. That's the kind of firepower Atlanta needs right now. And don't forget about his Pro Bowl seasons in 2021 and 2022. Back then, he was a total nightmare for quarterbacks, racking up at least 7.5 sacks per year. Even though he just turned 30, this guy still has plenty of gas left in the tank. Now, here's the big question. Can the Falcons afford him? The team is already dealing with salary cap issues, and they still need a top-tier edge rusher. If they spend big money on an edge rusher in free agency, signing Allen might be tough. But if Atlanta decides to draft an edge rusher with their 15th overall pick, then grabbing Allen to strengthen the defensive line makes perfect sense. Speaking of the draft, Falcons GM Terry Fontenot is already hyping up this year's defensive class. He's made it clear Atlanta is focused on building a dominant defense. And guess what? This draft is stacked with pass rushers. Head coach Raheem Morris knows exactly how important the pass rush is. He even pointed to the Super Bowl as proof. Teams that dominate up front are the ones that win championships. The message is clear. If the Falcons want to compete, they need to get after the quarterback. But here's the challenge. Atlanta only has 5 draft picks, and their cap space is tight. That means GM Terry Fontenot and the front office have to be smart. Every move they make in free agency and the draft has to count. And trust me, the next few weeks are going to be huge for the Falcons. Big decisions are coming, and they could change everything. So stay tuned. This is only getting started. The Falcons have a big decision to make. Should they bring in a proven veteran like Jonathan Allen to pair with Grady Jarrett? Or should they focus on drafting a young pass rusher to build for the future? One thing is clear. Atlanta has been near the bottom of the league in sacks for way too long. This defense needs a spark, and now is the time to make a move. So, what do you think? Should the Falcons go all in on Allen? Draft a pass rusher instead? Or break the bank for a top-tier edge rusher in free agency? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this decision could change everything. But while we wait for that, the Falcons have already made their first move of the offseason. They just locked in a key piece of their special teams unit for the long haul. Long snapper Liam McCullough has signed a 4-year contract extension, ensuring that Atlanta's special team stays rock solid alongside kicker Younghoe Koo and punter Bradley Pinion. Now, some fans might overlook this, but trust me, special teams consistency is a big deal. McCullough, who went undrafted out of Ohio State in 2020, has been with the Falcons since 2022. And in the last 3 seasons, He's played in all 51 games, handling over 400 special teams snaps. That kind of reliability is rare in the NFL, and clearly Atlanta knows his value. While the exact contract details haven't been released, a 4-year extension shows just how much faith the team has in him. Falcons special teams coordinator Marquise Williams made it clear the chemistry between McCullough, Koo, and Pinion is a huge asset. And with this move, the Falcons are making sure their kicking game remains one of the best in the league. But this is just the beginning of what could be a wild offseason for Atlanta. Bigger moves are coming, and you don't want to miss them. Stay tuned, because things are about to get even more interesting. The chemistry is there. These guys have been working together for years, and they know exactly how to execute their roles to perfection. That's why the Falcons made this move, to keep their special teams unit solid as they head into a crucial offseason. But special teams isn't the only area where Atlanta is making noise. Just when it seemed like the Falcons had lost their shot at landing a star edge rusher, a new name has hit the trade market. Trey Hendrickson from the Cincinnati Bengals. That's right. The Bengals have given Hendrickson permission to seek a trade, and this could be exactly what the Falcons' defense needs. Atlanta's pass rush has been a disaster. They ranked 31st in the league in sacks last season, almost dead last. Everyone expects the Falcons to grab a pass rusher in the first round of the draft, but what if they add a proven superstar like Hendrickson instead? Let's talk facts. Hendrickson is one of the most dominant pass rushers in the NFL. Last season, he tied his career high with 17.5 sacks, leading the entire league. Over the last 2 years, he's a 4-time Pro Bowler, a 2024 First-Team All-Pro, and even finished second in Defensive Player of the Year voting. Simply put, this guy is a beast. Now, here's the challenge. Hendrickson is set to make $16 million in 2025. With the Falcons' current salary cap situation, making this trade wouldn't be easy. But it's not impossible. Atlanta could restructure his contract to lower the cap hit or offer 2026 draft picks to get a deal done. One thing's for sure, other teams will be interested, so the Falcons need to act fast. Imagine pairing Hendrickson with a top rookie edge rusher from the draft. Suddenly, this defense goes from struggling to dangerous. So, Falcons fans, what do you think? Was extending McCullough the right move for special teams? And should Atlanta go all in to land Trey Hendrickson? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget, subscribe, like this video, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any Falcons updates. Big moves are coming. Stay tuned. Football on fire.